Hello, this is Andrew from Plai, and in today's video I would like to show you how to use surveys, a new great feature in Plai that is designed to help you boost engagement and gain insight into your team's mood and status with regular, can be one time as well, ENPS, pulse, or check-in surveys. Okay, let's go through the process of creating a survey. I will actually use already a created one to save us all time and move faster. When you press create a survey, you'll go through these 5 key steps when creating the survey. Select first the general data, the general overview, the description of your survey. The name, the introduction. This introduction will see your participant. Tag it, your surveys, if you need to better manage, categorize them, and select survey admins. Survey admins can be any user. By default, HR admins get access to all surveys, and plus you can optionally add here any other team member, like a team manager, C-level director, or anyone else who need access to this survey. Okay. On the timeline, you define when you would like to launch your survey and with what frequency. Select the start date when the first survey will be launched on. This date needs to be in the future. Select any date in the future if you want to launch it on this specific time and date, or but you can also later press start now in order to start it now. And select the frequency. The surveys can be one time, so that only once they will be launched only once. But if you select any other frequency, like weekly, bi-weekly, etc., the surveys will launch in rounds. So that with starting from this date, every frequency round defined here, the new round will be started, and this round will be active for a specific number of days, meaning like how many days after the start of each specific round, participants will still have will be able to complete the surveys. And you can optionally set reminders in order for participants who did not yet complete each round for this specific hours before the due date of each round. Due date will be this one from the start date of each round. Yeah, so it's recurring, a little bit complicated, but I hope it makes it clear. Okay, in questions, this is a familiar interface to regular questions from surveys, a very similar one. Here you have an option to use your context panel with a set of already available questions that you have in your organization. Can filter them, search by tag, scored attribute, etc. Of course, you can edit, reorder questions, define all of the parameters, display options, make it required, not required, ask for comments, set scored attributes, etc. Note this, since these these rounds are dynamic, the questions can be active or not active. You can still delete questions, but I would recommend you to just move the questions to, for example, inactive or put on pause, so that they won't be scheduled in the next round. But you still will have the data of the historical data from the previous time. And also notice you have a special one type of question that is called ENPS question. It can be only one such question, and this is the regular ENPS question that is measured from 0 to 10, not from like a score 0 to 5, where you can ask your ENPS main question. On the participants, you define who should participate in the survey. Again, this is a dynamic filter, so that what you select will be calculated dynamically and applied to each specific round. So that if you select, for example, specific team members or specific teams, at the start of each round, it will be Plai will calculate who are active users who match these filter criteria. For example, if they are in specific location, if they are in specific teams, etc., and will take it into account when creating the review. You can also include the minimum tenure in weeks for your participants, so that you can only in next round will be only include users who have match certain criteria. For example, from 1 month or 2 months in the organization. These are the users who should be included in the survey, but also you have the users who should can optionally add users who should be excluded. If you still want, despite some users being, let's say, in the team marketing, you might want to exclude certain team members or exclude by certain location users in these areas. Or at the end, you will see the whole resulting table with all the participants who match the include filter minus exclude filter, so that you can make sure you selected the appropriate filters, and if needed, you can, for example, exclude specific users from here, so that they won't participate in the next rounds. In the visibility section, you define how you want your survey results be accessible for the admins and for users that you share them with here. This is warning, as you can see, this is blocked section right now. After the start of the survey, you cannot change the anonymous and non-anonymous surveys. You can make them fully anonymous, so that no one can see the results of the no one see who submitted each response, but you can also make them non-anonymous. If you select them non-anonymous, you have an option also to select the anonymity threshold, or how many what is the minimum number of responses you need to have in order to start viewing the responses, so that you don't see the responses from one person, because you can easily identify then who this person is by their text, for example. You can also share the results of the survey with the recipients, with the respondents manager, so that the manager can then go to surveys, and also in the setting, in the survey progress that I'll show you later, be able to see the results for their direct reports, but not for anyone else, unless they are added specifically to admins. Or you can do the same with any other people in the organization, in order to share the results with them, so that they also will be able to come to the survey progress that I'll show you next and view the responses. So these are key steps of creating the survey. Quite important ones, not an easy one, but crucial to get them right, so that you measure, so that you know what you're measuring, how you're measuring, in what timeline, what specific questions do you ask, and what participants do you include, and in which visibility settings applicable to this survey.